I was invited to come to the University of Montana to set work that I had made a number of years ago on dancers at Ohio State University. And in that process, we took about 2 months of working a number of times a week, several hours a day, to build a piece from nothing. This particular time, I've been invited, and this piece now exists, and the dancers are learning it, have learned it off of video from watching me talking, and also using some of the improvisational structures that I used originally to feel more at home in the work, because they're doing some things that did not appear in the original work because they're different people. When I made Pray, I was thinking a lot about who these people were that I was making the piece on. And maybe that's an important thing to know. I don't really generally make a piece necessarily with an idea that says, oh, this piece is going to be about this or that. It's not that specific. I mean, I might have a point of view to start. But I had a group of, say, 12 dancers to get to know, and trying to find an idea that maybe we can all share in some way. We get in the dance studio and pretty much just start dancing. Then slowly an idea might form. And I think almost reading the opposites is a really interesting way to start fleshing out any kind of an idea. What is this? What is it not? What is it? What is it not? We think about in the animal kingdom, a lion and a lamb, completely lamb-like, completely lion-like. One devours the other. I think I was thinking less about the devouring part of Prey, but more about just kind of giving yourself over to what needs to be done, what that feels like in the throat, what it feels like in the heart, what it feels like in completely committing physically in your dancing and with your partner. In the very opening moment, you hear the dancers before you see them. And you hear them and you're not quite sure. Are they singing? Or are they shouting? What's going on? And we call that section the little eaglets, little baby eagles. There's this sound that comes out that's kind of a screech. You don't know if it's funny, if it's not. It doesn't sound like a human voice. The dancer's eyes are closed. And what I think is happening is all of this yearning, I'm hungry, feed me, I need you, I want. Ugh, that kind of power is lodged in their voices at that moment. And I think it's a tricky thing for the dancers to learn and to feel comfortable with. And an audience, you don't know how to respond right away, but give it time and let it wash over you. I really played around with a lot of different kinds of images about animals, about, if not life and death, but at least the kind of the tension between those. And I think all those things are present in all of us as humans, but you will in the piece see perhaps a bird action. You'll also see people standing and looking at each other and helping each other. You'll see a pack of people, which is kind of like a pack of animals, doing a rhythmic step. And I think that I find it helpful to think that this line between animal, human, sophisticated person, city person, country person, it's all kind of a sliding scale. We contain all of that. As Walt Whitman said, we contain multitudes. This piece is a challenge for the dancers. And that's great. We want to be challenged. We want to learn something new. It's exhausting. We work on a section and they're breathing really hard by the end. So it takes a certain physical commitment, and I think all of us know enough about that to feel like I have to come up to the level. I have to really reach to get there. And we feel so satisfied when we do that. So I think that the challenge for dancers is really how to take all of that skill and all of that training and live in the moment and respond as needed. For this work, I think of myself as the choreographer and the director. I'm there to help make movement, to shape it, and to say, yeah, yes, keep that, not so much that. I'm also there as a director to almost kind of shape a path for the dancers to discover on their own. Choreography is not just about setting the steps. It's really about building the space that the steps happen in. And I think those of you who are makers of in some way, or I'm sure you've seen choreography on TV or in film, that there's a really wonderful exchange that is my favorite part of being in this field, that we get to be in a room of smart people with ideas and who are all invested in making the thing we're making work. I see this as an opportunity to kind of expand on the possibilities of what that one word might mean. Are we prey? Are we predator? Or are we just human?